Hello, good afternoon, it's Dave.
And John.
From Manor Park Classics. And we'd just like to give you the weekly walk around. We've had a busy week this week, haven't we, John?
Yeah, we've done Stafford, 2 days at Stafford.
Yes.
Platinum auction last night, which is really good.
Yeah, first time one of those.
First time one of those, so yeah.
Stafford was busy, good weather, which is unusual for the early ones. And
yeah, really good and really busy.
Lots of people to see there. We had a great time on the stand, plenty of interest in some of the bikes that we got behind us and some of the bikes that we've got to show you here. So the first one we got here, John, I think you've had these next three bikes off one gentleman, haven't you?
I have, yeah. These three, which we'll move on to the other two afterwards, but GT550.
Yep.
All genuine bits on this. This guy's got a real good collection of genuine bits for the bikes he plans to own in the future.
Lovely.
And it shows. This one is absolutely on point. It got loads of interest at the show. There's no surprise that it was all full of original bits and everyone could tell that. Genuine, 15,145 miles.
I had about 6 people come onto the stand at Stafford and say, I've got one of these, but it's nowhere near as nice as that one.
I also met the gentleman who imported it.
Oh, okay.
He came over to introduce himself.
Wow.
And said it looked nothing like that when he imported it, and it's an absolute credit to the owner.
It is.
But yeah, you can see, and anyone who comes down on the day or on the open days will see that this is an absolute worldie.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really nice.
There's not cheap Chinese replacement parts.
Nothing
They're
at all.
New.
And all polished, nothing re-chromed as well. So all these bits have been polished. So nothing's been re-chromed either.
Beautiful. I did do a Buddy's Bike of the Week about this, and it's a real standout bike for us, that one, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
It's a stunner.
Yeah.
The one next to it's lovely as well, CB500
Yeah, again, all original bits.
1967. Yeah.
Original bits, same owner. You can see the standard he preps his bikes to.
Yep.
And another 13,357 genuine miles.
Stunning.
Beautiful.
Yeah, well, these were, obviously, these early Japanese 4-cylinders were, and the GT550, these were probably some of the bikes that killed off the British bike industry in the 60s and 70s. And still look great now. I think they're making modern bikes to look like this now.
And it's still a pain for the British stuff right now in the collectible market.
Yeah, indeed.
So,
yeah, and then next to that, quite a rare little enduro bike.
Yeah, I don't know much about these, but yeah, quite a rare. You don't see many of them around. A TS400. And again, fully rebuilt with genuine parts. I spent a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of effort rebuilding all three of these and making sure that they are done properly. This one has not been ridden since its rebuild. So its clocks are showing 2025. But yeah, not been ridden since, as you can see.
Yeah. It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
I like that one.
We all like that one, I think.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
And then next to that, bit of a change of direction with a Triton. This one's come from a gentleman I know. He's had it for about the last 5 years. Since he's had it fitted with electronic ignition.
Nice.
So it starts
really
really
I mean,
nicely.
And that's the problem for the people that want these, isn't it?
Starting them. He brought it off his trailer. It was cold. He literally, first kick, it fired up.
We've seen this running as soon as it was brought in.
A couple of times he started it for me and it was absolutely sweet as a nut.
Lovely
bike, lovely,
really
usable.
Nice.
What a great bike to turn up at a local bike meeting or something.
Yeah.
Obviously for the purist, it's got a few bits and pieces that make it not original, like the electronic ignition and this, that and the other. But if you wanted a practical classic you could use, what a great bike.
It needs to move with this so these things can be used and people can stay interested in them.
What a pretty bike. I still think that's a great looking bike. And something that realistically doesn't want just putting in a shed and never being ridden.
Get out and play on it.
Get out and play on it.
Yeah,
Let's have
definitely.
Some fun. Next bike, 2011 KTM RC8R. If you look on our Facebook page, I have just done a Buddy's Bike of the Week about this bike. I make no bones, I'm a big KTM fan, I love these. This is the R model, which has got all the adjustable bits and pieces. It's got some very trick bits on it, quick shifter, Akrapovic exhaust. Done 17,000 miles, hasn't done much mileage over the last 5 years. So the gentleman who's put it into us has just had it serviced and MOT'd. Nice. So this bike is literally ready to go. Comes with everything you would expect, 2 keys, V5, full service history, all the bits and pieces. The original tail tie unit with the original indicators. Stunning.
They're getting a little bit of bad press at the minute, KTM. There's no real need for it, is there?
Not really, no. And certainly not something like that.
You can still get it serviced, you can still get it worked on, you can still get what you need.
And I just think that's a great looking bike. They're just so different to anything else. Yeah. And that V-twin, nearly 1200cc, 170 brake horsepower. I mean, it's
So all nice bits on this as well.
As fast as anything you need, really. And similar vein, you know, as fast as anything you need.
EXUP.
FZR1000 EXUP,
This guy's actually left the country now. Picked this one up myself. It's been his pride and joy for years, and it's only done 12,600 miles.
Nice. Got a
genuine
Motad exhaust
on it. It's got like a period-related exhaust on it, so it's not fully original, but it's very close.
It is, yeah.
And the screen, the tinted screen, I'm sure you could still get one of those and get that back to original.
12,000 miles.
12,000 miles. Is it perfect? No. But is it very close? And could that be something for somebody to work on and go back to the days? Absolutely.
But again, a very rideable, usable, practical, early classic superbike. You know, pre-Fireblade. You know, they were the thing to have.
The bike to own.
They were as quick as anything you could buy, really, in the day. That's you know, they really brought the job on a long way. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, really
lovely.
Nice.
Next to that, looks like a classic bike, but this is actually a sort of remake, if you like, of a classic. A 2021 Royal Enfield 650 GT Continental.
And they're flying as a brand at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah, doing very, very well.
Really popular, really good price.
This one's had a few upgrades to it. Believe it or not, a centre stand was an option at the time, which he had fitted. It's had sports exhausts, a slightly sportier seat rack, screen. The original seat and exhaust are with the bike. Full service history. It's done about 15,000 miles, somewhere around there. But again, just a great little bike, great user.
They're popular because they're not very heavy, these. They're low, they're light.
Correct.
They're great value.
Yeah.
And as a brand, they're really doing well now, aren't they?
Yeah, and it looks great.
And they look great. They're cool.
Electric start, all the bits and pieces that you want.
Yeah.
I just think that's a great little bike for somebody to potter about on. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, but you want to look and sound the part, then there you go.
Yeah.
Couple of little enduro bikes next. We always seem to do well with these sort of things, don't we?
Yeah, we've become a little bit of an outlet for the enduro stuff because we're doing really well with it.
Yes.
So we're getting offered lots of it. DT100 enduro there.
1981.
Really nice nick.
Yes. Isn't it little?
It's very small, yeah. That'll do me because I'm a shorty pants. 1,023 miles on the clock since a rebuild.
Nice.
But and really nice.
Again, a good rebuild, really.
Yeah, rims are in nice nick.
It's not pristine, you know, there's a couple of little marks on the tank.
But it's all good, isn't it?
But it's something you could...
Pretty little thing, have a play around on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next to that, a very original Suzuki DR125S. This one's only done 5,000 miles. It's very original condition. The vendor's also given it with a new set of tyres, which will come with this.
Nice.
It's only had, I think, off the top of my head, 3 owners from new.
Yeah.
Runs, starts, does everything it needs to do. This one's more of a user, really.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, if you wanted to do a bit of green laning, or if you owned a farm and you had a couple of fields you needed to potter between, or go and, you know, round the.
If you wanted to have a go, if you've not done it before, and you don't want to throw a load of money into having a try of it, see if you like it. Perfect.
Because some of the enduro bikes nowadays are a little bit intimidating. Yeah. I ride enduro. Some of the bikes they're very powerful. You know, this is just a great.
Well, we've spoke about it, haven't we? If you wanted to get into it and you wanted to just buy something to have a go, see if you enjoyed it. That's the sort of thing.
Yep. And couple of bits here again that we do very well with the scooters. Couple of Lambrettas.
Yeah, Lambretta. What year was that one again? 60?
This one is this is the 125, 57.
57, sorry, yeah. So beautiful remake, that one. Paint's absolutely on point. Low mileage. I don't think it's done hardly anything since its rebuild. 460 kilometres. Really, really nice early example.
Yep.
Yeah, and the paintwork's absolutely on point on that, isn't it, as you look around it? Really nice, really clean example. Join in with the ride outs that you see in huge numbers.
Huge numbers.
They ride through here, don't they? And there's a huge following.
Yeah.
And again, right next to it is another one with, again, really nice paint.
Yeah, this one's badged as a 150, although when the gentleman bought it, the engine was given a few problems, so it's actually had the engine put down to a 125. The original engine parts for the 150 are there and come with it, so if somebody did want to put it back to a 150, the engine cases and bits and pieces are there to go with it. Yeah. There's some books and bits and pieces. Unfortunately, the previous owners passed away, and this has come from a deceased estate. Lovely little bike, very pretty. The daughter was a bit pain to get rid of it, really, but it's just come to the point where otherwise it's just going to sit in the shed.
Go to a nice new owner and somebody else can enjoy it.
Yeah, and again, as you say, on point, very pretty little bike. It's all complete, everything you need there. It's super.
Yeah.
Next to that, what have you got? What can you say about a C90?
Nothing needs to be said about that one. Everyone knows what that is.
Yeah. They've got various nicknames. Yeah. A C90.
C90.
They've made gazillions of them, haven't they,
worldwide?
Biggest
selling bike ever, continuously.
Yeah. That one, has only got 2 owners from new on the V5.
Nice.
The chap who put it with us bought it from the original owner in Birmingham, who'd had it sat in his shed for about 10 years or so.
Excellent.
The kickstart was broken, so he's had to take the engine apart, fit a new kickstart, so the engine's all been put back together. It's the original engine out of the bike. It's not a different engine. It's been rebuilt.
Yeah.
So matching engine and chassis
Matching numbers, great.
2 owners from new, showing 10,000 miles on the clock, UK bike. Again, it's not pristine, but it's very, very original.
Getting a following for people to do random things on these, like tour the world on them,
absolutely,
or Land's End to John O'Groats on them, or whatever. And
how many million miles?
How many miles can you do on one? Because they're a great bit of fun, aren't they?
And you know, there's been various TV shows, various stunt teams, the purple helmets, all sorts of people. C90s are just
famous bike.
Very, very, very famous bike.
Absolutely.
And always do very well. You know, we never struggle with one of those. So that's again, an exciting little bike. And then, last but by no means least, I went and picked this up from the gentleman's house. I think he's away on holiday at the moment, isn't he?
He is.
One of yours, but BSA. Yes, there you go. What a big lot of bike that is.
It is, isn't it?
And S29, is it called a Sloper?
Sloper, yeah, I think is how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
He has done a couple of little changes on it to make it usable. You know, we mentioned that before on the Triton. And why not? You know, rather than it sitting there being looked at, why not make a couple of tweaks and make it so it can be used?
He did tell me he'd done something again with the ignition on these, because I think that's with the earlier bikes. A lot of the problems is the ignition system wasn't up to it. So this one's had a slightly different system.
Huge box of bits in there.
Box full of bits and pieces in here.
All labelled up as a proper enthusiast would.
All the cogs have got a label on them to tell you what they're actually, magneto gear puller, and there's all sorts in there. So great. I think that's a great bike. And there's a lot of bike for the money, because, you know, let's face it, these don't make a fortune these days like they were doing,
aren't they?
But realistically, a nice one to either put in, you know, and put in a man cave somewhere or something. You could, I don't know what runs it would qualify for, because I don't know what they have to be Banbury Run, is it?
It's been part of the Vintage Motorcycle Club. There's plenty of different yearly stickers on that box, isn't there? So
absolutely.
Somebody's been doing something with it.
So a handsome looking bike that. So some exciting stuff to fit most genres here, really.
100%.
And as you'll see behind us, there's some other bikes available which are still available from our last sale. So we've got plenty for people to look at. Go onto our website, www.manorparkclassics.com. Follow us on YouTube and like and share our page. The next sale is the 23rd of May.
Yeah.
So that's rapidly approaching. So keep an eye on the new arrivals.
Any bikes you've got, give us a shout. Call us, email us.
Still plenty of time to
get stuff in.
Going to see plenty of people next week. So there will be another set of new arrivals next week. So keep your eye on that one. And you know where we are if you need us. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much.